One of the major crises facing our country today is the huge level of indebtedness facing college students and college graduates. On average, young people are leaving college $25,000 in debt, and many are even more in debt. If you go to graduate school, if you go to medical school, you'll be over $100,000 in debt in many cases, sometimes even $200,000. One of the tragedies of our time is that hundreds of thousands of bright young people whose families don't have a lot of money, they are saying, why do I want to go to college and end up $50,000 in debt? I'm just not going to go to college. And meanwhile, many of those who are graduating college, who had dreams of working in a certain area, are saying, you know what, I can't do what I really wanted to do. I've got to go into a profession which is going to make me a lot of money in a short period of time so I can repay these horrendous loans. It is a very, very bad situation. Short term, the immediate crisis is that on July 1st, the Stafford loan program, which is the largest federal loan program, will see interest rates go up from 3.4% to 6.8% unless Congress acts. That's the short-term problem, and obviously Congress has got to act, or people are just going to be paying incredibly high rates of interest for a college education. Longer term, we have got to address the issue of how we make sure that young people in this country are able to get a college education, which they desperately need if they're going to make it into the middle class, which we as a nation need if we're going to have the educated workforce that we need to compete globally. How do we make sure that our young people get a higher education in an affordable way? And there are a lot of different ideas out there, but one that appeals to me is the concept that Senator Elizabeth Warren recently came up with. And what Senator Warren said, and I believe to be absolutely correct, is that right now the Federal Reserve is providing loans to Wall Street financial institutions who in many cases are making billions of dollars a year in profits. They're providing them loans at less than 1%, 0.75% to be exact. Now, if the Fed can provide very low interest loans to large financial institutions who make huge profits, why can't the Fed be providing those loans to the Department of Education to then provide those loans to working families all over this country? Low interest loans. If we can do it for Wall Street, we should do it for middle class and working families. So that is, in my view, the long-term solution to this problem. If any of you out there have a story to tell us about the impact of student indebtedness, either young people themselves or the families, on what's going on in your lives, we would love to hear from you. And we will use that information in our committee. We'll use that information in terms of trying to come up with the best legislation that we can. But this is a huge issue. I thank you very much for your interest in it, and let's go forward together in trying to resolve it. Thanks very much.